Yeah, it's like a bit more of a hippie-ish kind of like, one of those kind of churches. It's in a
Uniting
activity hall that no one's using, and everyone's running around going.
A cult. You're in a cult.
Yeah, sorry, I was in a cult.
Sorry, sun god, and
I can talk about it because everyone else is dead now.
James Acaster, thank you so much for coming and talking about your Fwends.
Thank you so much. I love it.
Yes.
Also, I just didn't expect you to say Fwends, like actually do it. It was great.
Oh,
that's probably the only time I will at the very start.
We all think we commit and then we lose.
Oh no, you can say Fwends. It's a bit of fun.
It is a bit of fun to say
Yeah.
Fwends. I kind of do say it a bit anyway. That's like my kind of voice goes towards that anyway. But people aren't ever quite sure. I had someone once ask me what kind of speech impediment do you have because my friends and I can't decide.
Yeah. Oh really?
Yeah.
I've never thought of you of having a speech.
I didn't think of it until I started doing stand-up, and then people talked about that and then come up to me and say it to my face.
Is that not just a regional accent?
I think it is
speech impediment now.
Kevin, where I'm from, kind of has all of the lazy accent tropes of everywhere in the country,
I see.
and we absorb all of it.
Oh,
and I think
nice.
that kind of then makes one big, what other people interpret to be a speech impediment.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware that my lisp was such a thing until I started being on television, and like I knew there would be an occasional joke from friends and stuff, but then once people have access to the comment section, there's a lot of just like, because of your getting roasted in the comments for something that I'd never even thought about.
Yeah, that was fine beforehand. I got called Ginger so much as soon as I started doing stand-up.
Really?
Yeah, it was.
You were wearing that Carrot Top wig, though.
I was doing a Carrot Top tribute act.
Yeah, which is a bit hurtful, actually.
Yeah.
Do you identify as ginger in any way?
No, I didn't. But then it's one of those things where when you then get called it and you're not that, but I like to think of myself as an ally.
Yeah, okay, thanks. Yeah.
So
the
what
G
I'm not
here
going to
being
do is
ginger.
go, no, I'm not. That doesn't help anyone.
Yeah, it's a tricky one to get. Yeah.
So I just have to take it.
Yeah.
Once at the Cardiff Glee Club, the comedy club, I got called Ginger by a heckler. He just shouted Ginger. That was it. That was a heckle.
Okay.
So but I genuinely didn't hear him the first time. So I said, "What was that, mate?" And he said it again. And then I didn't hear him again and said, "What was that?" And he got a laugh. And he said it again, and I heard him. But I thought, I'm just going to keep on saying, "What was that?"
Yeah.
So I did that, and he kept it up for a very long time until a ginger security guard chucked him out.
Wow.
And it took a long while.
Finally, that paid off. That hire.
I think that security guard was like, he's approaching the line. And when he says it again, I'm going to get rid of him.
Now, James Acaster, we start this podcast by asking the guests the same question every time.
Yes.
But we do not warn them of this, basing that on that they probably haven't listened to the podcast.
Yeah.
And that question is, do you think you are a good friend?
Yeah. I do, actually.
Yeah.
I do think I'm a good friend. Yeah.
Talk more on that.
Yeah. Well, the reason why I hesitated is because I don't think I like most people.
Right.
So that sounds like I'm not a good friend, but I am to the people I'm friends with.
Yeah, you're mining for gold. You're sifting.
Yeah, and then I get the gold and then I stick to the gold.
Yeah.
So, because I love gold.
Yeah.
So, like, I definitely, when someone's my friend, I'm like, right, I'm all in here. And I will try not to let this person down. I'm sure every guest on this podcast is like this, where you just feel like, surely I'm going to have some friends listening to this going, no, you're not a good.
Yeah.
What are you on about?
Well,
what it
they're not
means-
the gold. They're bits of debris that have gone through the sift.
What it means to be a good friend, though, different for different people.
Yeah.
So what do you think it means to be a good friend?
I probably think differently now than I used to, but like, just identifying what that friend needs and doing that rather than doing the whole. My sister and I were talking the other day about how we were raised like in the church, and so like treat other people like you want to be treated was how you were raised, and now we just don't. We think that is ridiculous, and so like I think for a long time that was my version of being a friend, was I would treat them how I would like to be treated, and nowadays it's let's maybe find out how they want to be treated and do that instead. So like, yeah, that's a fun new thing to learn later than you would have if God hadn't tricked you. But like,
Yeah, bit of unlearning.
That's true, I guess. But churches do kind of teach
Trick you.
you. They trick you into what your relationship should be, and not what like how you're feeling out relationships. It's like it's creating a set of rules of what a relationship has to be. Do you feel like by growing up in a church, like when did you? I didn't know that you grew up in a church.
Did not?
No.
Yeah, it's like a bit more of a hippie-ish kind of like, one of those kind of churches. It's in a
Uniting
activity hall that no one's using and everyone's running around going.
a cult. You're in a cult.
Yeah, sorry, I was in a cult.
Sorry,
the rest of
sun
churches.
god. And, yeah.
I can talk about it because everyone else is dead now.
Yeah.
But like, that's a cult.
They misweighed you, and the dose was off. But do you think there was a while in your life that you were basing your friendships and relationships off what you learnt in the church?
Yeah, well, not consciously, but yeah, definitely thinking to treat other people like I want to be treated. Definitely, there's some good things like just being very honest all the time, and
it's a terrible idea.
Doesn't always go well, but stuff like that. But yeah,
it can also be a place where you can kind of come across conditional friendship. So I remember having a Christian phase in school because my best friend was Christian and she was also really hot and she had lots of boyfriends. And I thought, well, maybe you get a boyfriend at church. So I went with her to Bible
her boyfriends
study.
were like
I love it
Luke,
when like
Paul, John.
Yeah. She's meeting all these boys at youth group. So I was like, this is where you go. Anyway, then went in.
So you two already know this. I can tell you two already know this.
Yeah.
Because you're not reacting like I am because it is very funny.
Yeah.
and you're both sitting there going...
We also know the
Christian
backstory of
phase.
like knowing George's parents as well that are like pretty absolutely not religiously kind of people.
Oh,
and
yeah.
kind
This
of
was me rebelling.
hippie kind of, and her rebellion was like
Yes.
church.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
said to Mum for Christmas this year, I'd like a new Bible. And she was like,
Great.
A new one? We don't have an old one.
this is so weird.
I had a
More
friend whose kid
concerned.
did that.
Yeah.
He went to Jesus Club and they wash each other's feet. Wow. It was a big conundrum for him. He was like, I don't know how to, I don't want to shame this kid out of being a Christian.
I know. What do you do?
Yeah.
What do you do? Anyway, overwhelmed at first by all the love and this sort of, the show of friendship because you're in this club. And then as you gradually realize that club's not for you, they disappear. So that sort of conditional friendship is also an interesting part.
Yeah, we had there was two main churches that I went to growing up, both of which ended. My family's relationship with those churches ended badly. Mm-hmm. The first one, I wasn't aware that's what had happened. So I was just like, why aren't we going to that super cool church with all my friends anymore?
Yeah, interesting.
But the second one, I was old enough to know what was going on, and the part, and that was definitely the start of being really disillusioned with it, of being like, I thought you were meant to be cool.
Yeah.
And then and then the friendships just kind of like most of them anyway. Just stopped at that point when you leave.
Yeah.
And it's interesting if you go in with, like, my grandmother never was a religious person, and she went to, like, a uniting church, and she purely went for the friendship. Like, as in, her whole point with it was, like, oh, you got to listen to the chat and stuff, but then... tea biscuits, friends.
Yeah.
Totally.
Like, it's purely for the social
ways,
of it.
I reckon.
Yeah.
Totally.
I loved that aspect. They were very social churches, and I absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
Like, I would look forward to going to church so much. When I was in primary school, I was like, here we go, it's Sunday fun day. I'm going to get there, just mingle immediately, just running around like Scrappy-Doo, just going up to all the all the cooler kids and trying to,
I remember that, like, I used to go to Sunday school sometimes, and it was that, like, I just remember running around a hall for like 3 hours afterwards, and that was the most fun, like just crawling through an old theatre.
Yeah.
And you got to hear about, like, don't fuck for ages.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That's how they say it. Too.
That's how they
in
say
Australia.
it. Oh, I went to a very cool church.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Oh, my one was laid back.
Yeah, it's like, all right, faggots, no fucking for ages.
Is church where you found your first? Because the first question that we have warned you about is first friend. Is that where you found your first friend? Who was your first friend, James?
I don't think. Jesus.
Yeah.
So, absolutely. Of course, it was my first friend straight away.
And he's here today. He's all
here.
around us.
Yeah. He doesn't want to talk.
No.
Only a few people will hear
Some
it.
strange views.
Yeah. You can't really get him on podcasts these days. I I think the first actual friend that I remember was when I started school proper at like 5, and there's a kid called Darren. I don't know his surname. I was literally in this school for a year, and really do like. I was talking about this recently with someone. Like, we then moved because we born in Kyran, moved away for a year, went back to Kyran. And when I went back to
always
Kyran
draws you back
and
in.
I started school again, you know, I was like, okay, I'm going to be less weird.
Oh, a different guy.
Because when I started school in Banbury, where I lived for a year, and I'd just gone from the church of running around being like, hey guys, I'm just being myself. And everyone's like, good, we love you as you are. And then I went to primary school and was like, hi, I'm James Acaster. And they were like, you're a weird kid.
Yeah. You're weird, and this isn't going to work for another 25 years.
Yeah.
And then we're going to be super into it.
Yeah. But right now, this is too much. I have a very distinct memory of being in that school in Banbury and it being a girl called Siobhan's last day, and we were told that by Mrs. Andrews in registration. She said, it's Siobhan's last day today, and Siobhan was sat directly behind me, and I turned around and went, hey, Siobhan. And I didn't have a plan for this. And then her friend jumped in before I could say anything and went, I love you, like that, which was genuinely funny. And I didn't know what to do, with deer in the headlights, so I said, what's up, Doc? And then I turned back around. And I did it in my best Bugs Bunny voice I could. And then I turned back around and was facing forward. I was like, I don't know how to socialise. I don't know what I'm doing. These other kids, that girl was really funny. And she didn't even know that I was going to do the thing that I just did. I just thought, Siobhan's leaving. I have to connect with her somehow before she leaves. And I did an impromptu Bugs Bunny impression and I turned around. So, like, it was...
And that girl was Sarah Pesco.
Yeah, Pasco got me. But and then I went to another school and was like, I'm going to start really pulled back, and I'm going to be like, I'm going to wait to get to know people and all this. But my friend at that school where I did the Bugs Bunny impression was a kid called Darren, who there's the two things I remember about Darren. One is that he, so not a very good friend. He told everyone that my house was covered in slugs.
Okay.
Which it wasn't.
Okay.
And two, that he smelt of plain flour. Oh. And those are the two things that I remember.
He smelled like plain flour.
Yeah, he smelled like a bag of plain. He smelled like he had got up in the morning and like a chinchilla, like rolled around in a bunch of plain flour.
Yeah.
And then gone to school. I
know
distinctly
exactly what you
remember
mean.
this kid smells like plain flour.
Yeah.
And it was how I felt.
Gotta be careful. Very flammable.
Yeah.
Plain flour. You know, when it's aerated, highly flammable and combustible plain flour. So you're lucky Darren might be dead now.
Oh, God. Rest in peace, Darren, if his family are listening.
What was it that drew you to him, other than obviously the smell of baked goods?
I honestly don't really remember. I reckon it would have been that we were just sat next to each other in registration day one. You got to make a friend. That's it. Like, I mean, I definitely know I was a really open kid, so I would have been speaking to anyone who's sitting around me. Mm-hmm. The main thing about that year in school was just like suddenly meeting kids who had a harder edge to them than I'd ever encountered with anyone, because all I'd encountered is people loving Jesus and talking to me like they liked me already. Yeah. And so then suddenly there were kids who were like mean, or kids like, just who didn't want to be your friend straight away.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is tough. And so he would have just been the person who straight away was like, yeah, I won't immediately give you a hard time, but when you invite me to your house, the next day I'm going to tell everyone it's covered in slugs.
And that's life.
So really just a ploy. A plan.
Yeah.
Ultimately evil, but just going about it a different way.
Yeah.
Was there
More manipulative.
Was there any slugs on your house?
There were 0 slugs. I mean, a lot of kids lie at that age. And a lot of kids lie openly in front of people who know they're lying and don't even care because they're new to lying as well. So I guess Darren was like, well, he knows that his house isn't covered in slugs, but I'm going to tell everyone in front of him that it is.
Yeah.
And I had never encountered this before and didn't know how to deal with it. I remember just feeling completely confused as to why someone who I was established. He's my friend. I had him around my house. My mum cooked him dinner, and now we're here, and he's telling everyone my house is covered in slugs. I don't know why this is happening. I don't know what's in it for him. I don't know. Like no one else seems to be enjoying it that much, but I feel like I'm going to explode. Like I don't like it.
It is one of my favorite kind of lies because it's not necessarily an insult. Like it's not. It doesn't make you seem poor. It doesn't make you seem like untidy. Yeah. It's just there's something about your house that slugs love.
It's gross.
It's gross, I guess.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even mean enough in myself to be able to go, well, you stink of plain flour, you little liar. Okay. Like I was just like,
you're just panicking.
I couldn't find that part of me to like even hit back and I'd be like, well, actually. It wasn't covered in slugs, but Darren came round and did a big old dump in his trousers, and we all had to put him out on the street because he stank of shit. Like I didn't even have it in me to do that. I had to be like, it doesn't smell. It doesn't have slugs all over it.
So then you went back to Kettering.
Yes.
Did you go back to the same school with sort of a whole new hardened edge?
Different school now. So like I was like, and like also I just remembered another thing about Darren. So I said but actually. Because of him lying, I remembered the biggest lie he told me, which was that his birthday party was a fancy dress party, and it wasn't. And I turned up dressed as Superman, like a proper shop bought Superman thing. He told me it was a Ninja Turtles party. I said I don't have a Ninja Turtles outfit. He said it's okay. Loads of people are just doing whatever they want. There's a fancy dress. So I turned up as Superman, and no one else was in fancy dress.
How old were you?
5. It would have been 5.
What a fucking sociopath.
That's the kind of thing that could traumatize you for a long time.
Yeah, I still remember. I remember on the way to the party having to piss up against a tree while wearing my Superman outfit and my dad keeping watch.
You had your own journey.
With my cape flying.
Lucky the only's from the outside, so it's easier to...
yeah. It's Superman knows what he's doing.
Did you have to unzip the whole thing and be fully nude?
No. I remember I was just able to get it out. Okay. But like...
through the S. There's a little...
just
there's a gap in the S. So
Okay.
Comes out the bottom of the S.
Okay.
Yeah. And
it's actually threaded through the S. It's like it's sort of... It sort of...
It was never the same again.
Yeah.
And then everyone was flipping my cape up at the party and running away. So I'd feel my cape go, and then I'd turn round and they were gone.
So you remained friends after Sluggate?
Yeah, it's not until I left school that went back to Kettering that I was like, well, I'm free of that.
I don't think I was friends with this kid.
Yeah, that kid was not nice.
Yeah. Have you looked him up? Have you Googled him?
No, because I don't even know his surname. Yeah. I remember his name was Darren. That is it.
Maybe prison records, I think. He's got an energy. Yeah.
I'd say when I did go back to Kettering and started school again, I didn't have a hard edge. I was just in my shell.
Yeah, okay.
And just I remember the first day at that school, and it was a girl. I've got a very scarily good memory. Mm-hmm. My dad used to try and train my memory as I was the first born, and my dad was like a science teacher, so I was an experiment, and he tried to train my memory to remember things that were on the radio, and then test me on it the following week.
Amazing.
And
week.
Yeah, because then the charts would be on again. He'd go right, what's this song? What's this? And I'd have to remember it, and then also had me memorize the reactive metals or something from the periodic table and stuff as a kid. So I've got very good memory.
Yeah.
Thanks to that crazy bastard, if you're listening. My mum will be. He won't be listening to this.
Hi, Mum.
He's a good guy, but there's too many pods.
Oh, God.
First day at that school, there's a girl called Charlotte's birthday, and so we all sang happy birthday to her.
Sorry, I heard that as her name was Charlotte's birthday.
There
was a girl named Charlotte's birthday. Hello, Charlotte birthday.
Like Jared Christmas.
Yeah. What a reference. And I guess Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I have enough of it. That's my trinity. Charlotte birthday, Jared Christmas, and Jesus Christ. But it was her birthday. Everyone sang happy birthday to her. Then I remember at the end of that, a kid called Neil. Mm-hmm. Jumping in the middle of the like a panto kind of character, and going 3 cheers for Charlotte, everybody. He was also 6, hip hip, and everyone did it. And I remember in my head though thinking, no, Neil, this is dangerous. You can't don't put yourself out there. being like big and theatrical. They'll fucking get you.
Wow.
And I remember being genuinely nervous for him, and still now when I remember Neil doing the 3 cheers, I feel like, oh my god, that's the most cringe thing in the world.
It's so vulnerable.
Yeah, because of just what I coming back from that other school and being like, do not ever do anything weird in front of everyone else or anything,
So then, how long did that last? The sort of reserved version of James that's not wedding?
Maybe still now.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 weeks from now.
Yeah. I don't really go, and sometimes I will, quite not stupidly, but I will just like be in a good mood when I meet someone for the first time, and just go in hard.
Yeah.
And sometimes that pays off. A lot of times it doesn't. And whenever people like Ed and I did a, can I say this story? Ed and I did a TV show. I mean, people will be able to figure this out. But we did a TV show, and I can say it was Hunted. That'll be fine.
Yeah.
And
I was thinking in my head, I was like, I think I know the show you're talking about because I think that's the only thing I've seen both of you on together.
Yeah. But we had to do a thing where at the start of it, you have to escape this prison. But it has to be like, it's obviously, that bit is fake and the rest of the show's real.
Yeah.
And then we're like, we're just going to film all of this with all of you, and it's the only time you're all together, all the people are going to be on the run. And they get you into, so they got me and Ed, and then they got another team of 2, and went, we'll film your one at the same time. Mm-hmm. Ed and I go into the courtyard. The other team have been delayed sorting something else out. So the runner's like, we got to wait for them. Wait about 10 minutes. They come out. And I'm in such a giddy mood because we're going to go on the run. So instead of just doing my usual retreating, I'm just like, I'm going to razz them.
Yeah.
So they come out and I go, we won. And they went, what? I went, we won Hunted. They just told us that the real challenge is who gets to the courtyard first. And they went, what you want about? I was like, they said, we won Hunted. We won it. We can pack up the cameras. It's done.
Yeah.
And one of them went, well, they didn't say that, did they? And I was like, I went, yeah. They said it. We won. I
committed to the bit.
They went, you haven't won. We're going to film it now. Anyone could win this. So why would you say that you've won when you haven't won?
It's a really dumb game. Okay.
They're aware that you're a comedian.
Yeah. Well, they didn't, because it is the only time in my life where someone has genuinely said to me, "What, are you a comedian or something?" Not knowing what.
Yes.
And I had to go. Yeah.
Having recently been on a competition reality show, and I was the only comedian, watching people deal with that of like, I did a bunch of the same thing and just watching people go, well, is that really what's happening? Like, no, they're not giving me the money. What are you talking about? Like, and it just makes you realize how silly people's lives must be if they're not surrounded by people all the time making jokes.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, oh, you're not surrounded by nice, fun people all the time. You're just sitting at home thinking about things seriously. What a life.
Yeah, it was not good. Like, it was Ed was really laughing because it was like, this person
And not
hated me.
helping.
And we had to like go and film, and they kept on being like, well, why would you? I had to be like, oh, it was a joke. Were you a comedian or something? Yeah. So they were like, are you serious? You're actually a comedian? Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we had to like be in position, and they went, let's just do a fresh start. Should we do a fresh start? And I was like, yeah, I would love that. That was completely my fault. I'll do a fresh start. And then they introduced themselves, like, even though I knew who they were. And I said, I'm James. And then they went, you can't even look me in the eye. Oh. So then back to square one again. Then we did the whole thing. Of the escape. Yeah. And they ran really fast to the prison doors, and we did a whole bunch of one of us went for a shit.
You made comedy.
Yeah.
You made an entertainment show.
Yeah. Get to the prison doors eventually. Now he's won. We got to these prison doors first. And then they said to me, all I want, this whole experience is to make sure we beat you. And I was there like, well, that's the one time in like 20 years I've gone in straight away with someone, and it has not gone well. So maybe I'll keep on being in my shell from now on for the first week, people.
Well, what about times where you have kind of potentially gone in hard? The second question is, fastest friend. What's a time when you've made a very quick friend?
Yeah, now, because I haven't really had many, most of the time, I was really racking my brains on this one. Honestly, I think the quickest friend I've ever made, and it's the proudest I've been of it as well, was when I went to my now girlfriend's house for the first time and met her cat. That
Great answer.
That cat, because she was like, listen, the cat was called Chicken. Rest in peace, Chicken. Absolute legend.
Sounds shy.
Well, didn't like people. So yeah, she was like, listen, got a cat but doesn't like anyone. Like, I've got 3 other housemates, doesn't really warm to them, hasn't warmed to them yet, doesn't warm to any of my friends. Like, don't take it personally. Went in, Chicken's sitting on the stairs, which are right in front of the door, and I just went right up to Chicken, and Chicken was like, yeah, I love this guy.
Wow.
And this is early in the relationship, so I'm like, this has probably just bought me 10 years.
Big time.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
I'm going to
amazing.
outlast Chicken.
yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I am. Like, definitely.
That's a huge tick of approval.
Yeah.
You
Huge.
won Chicken. You
Yeah.
won a game of chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No one stood down.
Yeah.
Nah.
Like,
Pockets full of kibble.
yeah. I hadn't washed for ages and I was covered in cat
Shout,
food.
Yeah.
My shins were like, I'd prawn and
Yeah.
There is something about that, though. Being picked by an animal, it's almost more important.
Oh,
We were at a pub the other day, and there was a pub dog,
Yeah.
and the dog kept coming back to me.
Yeah.
And it kept like presenting its back to be like, you scratched me good earlier, and I'd like
Yeah.
some more of those scratches. And then he'd do a cycle, and he'd come back to me, and that was the happiest I've been
so
in weeks.
validating.
Yeah.
A dog or a cat or a baby, when they choose you,
Those
nothing.
are the 3 genders.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So do you think you're a slow reveal then, James? You take a long time to make a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You know, I'd see some people who aren't, and I'm like, oh man, I wish I was like those. Yeah, when you see someone who just like is straight in the room, you know, just radiating positivity, and everyone likes them immediately.
Yeah.
And you're like, wow, how are they doing that?
People might
But,
be
like-
surprised to hear that though, because you are in show business. You know, you're on stage a lot. That gives the illusion of self-confidence. Not that obviously you've got confidence, but do you think it's coming from a lack of confidence, or do you think it's coming from something else? What do you think?
Oh yeah, there's definitely a bit of a lack of confidence there. I think just the being burnt early doors.
Yeah.
And then
Bloody Darren.
and also like, you know, Kettering where I'm from, and they know how I feel about them. There's a beating heart of Kettering which I love,
Yeah.
and will always love. But it's not people aren't very positive towards one another in general. There are some really positive communities in Kettering, but in general, when I was growing up,
Good save.
if you put yourself out there, you were probably going to get hit.
Yeah.
So like you had to like learn to like navigate that in a way that wasn't making yourself stick out too much.
In Australia, we call
It's
it.
very Australian.
Yeah, it's a tall poppy syndrome.
Yes.
It's like, which is that called it here as well, or is it just an us thing?
It's not as common. I only really heard it when I went to like New Zealand for the first
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
That's where I first heard it. So
It
I was
is-
like, oh yeah, that's what I've been growing up with. But
Yeah.
like, yeah, I didn't know it at the time.
Is that when you learnt your cat skills?
Yeah, that was when I was bonding. When we had a lot of pets.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just loved animals and like always. So I do tend to have it that like cats.
So what's the tactic for meeting a cat for the first time? Because I don't
Just-
think I have this.
I think
for
they can
cats.
just see to your soul and see you're a good person. I think
Yeah.
that's it. I think that's all it is.
So I'm just not a good person.
Yeah, that's
They
sort of-
know.
Yeah, they do.
You don't
yeah.
really like them.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, my cats like you straight away.
No, it's true. It's not. But I
When they
think
met you.
I feel like I've just got a better affinity with dogs.
Yeah, sometimes that's just the way.
Yeah, but you like worship.
Yeah.
I think no, your cats didn't like me. I don't think, or didn't
Did they not?
like me, but they were a bit like standoffish.
Yeah, they're all. Well, Terry is very friendly with everyone when they come in, and not that means less. No one should think it. You know, of
course
doesn't
not.
mean anything that Terry likes them. And then the other 3, it just because I have 4 cats. The other 3, you just can never tell when someone's coming over. They could have a full house, or they could have 3 cats under the bed upstairs while Terry's just socialising and drinking pina coladas with them. But like, yeah, you just never know. I don't know what you've got.
friends?
Yeah, they're all friends.
Yeah.
Has your partner confirmed that winning over Chicken did play a role in her
What a sentence.
sort of locking that,
Yeah, when I won over
locking that
chicken.
down?
Yeah, I think so. I think
Yeah.
we were already like.
You're
Actually,
on the
we
way.
weren't like officially boyfriend girlfriend yet. So I definitely think that would have.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was early on, and it did. I mean, also I'm not good at when something like that happens.
Yeah.
Just keeping it in my head as that was good.
Yeah,
So I'm just straight away. You're going to be pretty impressed by that, right? Chicken like me straight away. I mean, that's good points. Surely no one else. You said no one else likes chicken. I'm the best. Chicken likes me.
Okay. Yeah.
Take a photo and send it to your housemate.
Yeah.
So not really,
Yeah. So the good work sort of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of
immediately
diluted a bit.
Yeah.
Do you have to? Do you hang out with a cat before you get a cat? Like when you're getting a new cat?
I guess, but like.
So were you friends with the cats that you got before you brought them in? How did you know that you'd be friends with the cats?
Yeah,
Kyran
not
doesn't
really.
understand cats.
Yeah, I understand what you mean. I was talking to some other cat owners about this the other day, but like so Terry, literally, I was in America. My girlfriend said someone's asked if we can foster this cat until Christmas. Sent me a photo,
always the way.
and I just replied, "We're keeping that cat." I was like, so I instantly knew I was going to be Terry's friend. And then we did go, and we, the other three, we went to where they were living, or where they were, the cat homes, the rescue shelters or whatever, and met them there. But I can't go there to meet a cat and then go, no. That wouldn't even enter my head. I'm really just going there in case, if I go up to the cat and it hisses at me and tries to scratch me and absolutely hates my stinking guts.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I don't want to put the cat through it.
Yeah.
But if the cat is just like, I went to one of the, I was on tour and we'd agreed that I was going to go to this Manchester cat's home and like look at this litter of kittens that have been born in a drain. And we'd even picked the one that we were potentially going to have. I was with my tour manager and I spent some time hanging out with it. And then on the way to the car, my tour manager was like, yeah, I didn't sense a connection there. I don't think you're going to get it. And I was like, I'm getting that cat. And he was like, why are you getting that cat? You didn't even, like, the two of you didn't really seem to bond. I was like, I'm not an arsehole. Just go and meet the cat and go, no, because it wasn't my friend straight away.
Thank you.
Like, I'm there to look after this cat. But it's like every time there's a program called the Dog House here, where people go to this dog's home and they want to adopt a dog and all this. And there's a part when they hang out with the dog in this little area.
Yeah.
And sometimes the dog doesn't come up to them and the person is going, oh, yeah, I just don't think he likes me. We have to get a different one. I'm like, you're going to reject that dog, but then you don't deserve. That should be the test.
Yes.
And
It's
do it
like-
on national television. It's a real choice.
Yeah. You're grown up. You're sitting there going like, the dog doesn't like me. I'm not getting the right vibe. I'd like a different one. It's like, these are all rescue dogs.
So have you banned yourself from going to cat homes now? Like, how do you
Yeah,
know when to
can't-
stop getting cats?
Oh, when you've got four.
Yeah.
When-
Right.
Yeah, because I was going to say, it does strike me, human friends and cat friends are opposite rules. Because if someone has one friend, you kind of go, that's weird.
Yeah, sure.
But if they have lots of human friends, you're like, they're fantastic.
Yeah.
If someone has lots and lots of cat friends, you're like, that's incorrect.
If
There's something wrong with that.
Yeah, people don't like it, and I've had to deal with that.
Right,
And
you
that's
felt
fine.
judgment?
Yeah, there's a lot of judgment, especially from what I can't handle is when parents judge you.
Yeah.
Not my parents, but when people have kids.
Yeah.
If they even have one kid
Yeah.
and they go 4 cats weird, I'm like, pardon me?
You've
Yeah,
got
yeah,
a
yeah.
human.
You made a human.
Yeah, big time.
And you are bringing that up.
What do you think one kid is equal to? 5 cats?
Oh, more, I reckon.
10
Way
cats?
more.
No, but I
Yeah.
don't think the cats multiply in the same way. Like 4 dogs in a house, that's 4. Like that's a lot more than one dog. But I don't necessarily feel like 4 cats is that much more than 3 cats.
I think a cat,
Am I wrong
there?
I think
No,
a
you're not
cat
wrong.
is a limb.
Okay.
And then middle is 2.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
there's like 6 to 7 cats there, I reckon.
Yeah.
But like if there's 4 dogs in a room,
Yeah.
like you open the door and there's 4 dogs running down the hallway at you. That's a
That's
lot of dog. That's a lot more dog energy than one dog.
Yeah.
But sitting in a room with 4 cats and they're sort of like
They're pretty
purring
chill.
around and sort of slinking about, that's not as intense, I feel.
Yeah, they're very relaxed, these guys.
Yeah.
You don't notice, a lot of the time, people come around and they're like, then they remember that we've got cats because it doesn't seem like there's any in
But then do they just kick off sometimes?
But yeah, but that's great. When they're running around with each other, I'm like, this is the best.
I mean, this is the same as human friendship. It's pretty chill most of the time, and then
Yeah.
every now and then it's all fucked up and scary and crazy, and then
Yeah.
it calms down again.
Yeah.
Well, our third category of friendship is former friend.
He's a chicken again.
So, You did mention
yeah,
that Chicken is no longer
Tell
with
us about
us.
a cat that you used to be friends with.
Yeah.
Imagine they were all cats.
This is a tricky
We
one.
find out that Darren was
Darren
a cat.
was a cat.
Smell of
Darren and 3 cats. It's like they're starting a band.
Well, I imagined talked about my house. Darren, you liar!
Well, you shit in a box.
But yes, it's a potentially spicy one, so it could be interpreted in any way, though. You know.
Yeah, I thought about this one a lot because but like there was in school, in secondary school. So I think when I was 13, I started like getting into like punk and metal music and hanging out with those kids.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to like dress like that.
Okay.
Mainly because that was more of a rebellion thing, and I was kind of friends with my parents.
Yeah.
So it was like, it would seem weird, even though my dad made it very clear he was not my friend.
Okay.
Once I literally called him mate, and he said, I'm not your mate, I'm your dad. And my mum laughed so much. It was so funny.
Wow.
But I mean, it wasn't great that he said it, but my mum's laughter really made me feel better about it, because she was like, that is ridiculous. I can't believe you just said that.
So what are the punk kids wearing, and what are you wearing?
They were all really gothy, really, or they were like really like the boys had really baggy jeans and like
kind of pre-emo, like veering into emo.
Yeah,
kind
like
of.
grunge, like metal, like that new metal grunge kind of era kind of stuff. And I mean, a lot of them in my school were listening to Pantera and stuff like that, which is like pre all the revelations about how awful Pantera were as people. Although rest in peace those of them who are not alive anymore. I think I've covered all the bases there.
Yeah. That'd be fine. Yep. Yeah.
But like
they're awful and rip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't be clear enough.
Yeah.
Veil rip.
Yeah. But I just carried on. I also, even when like, I wasn't into that music, I couldn't keep up with the popular kids and what they were wearing, which was Adidas bottoms and Nike stuff and whatever. So like, I couldn't keep up with all that. Mm-hmm. So I just had like quite nondescript, not cool in anyone's books, some jeans and Umbro t-shirt, just walking around looking like no one really. This pretty boring.
Classic sort of sim of boy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And both groups not really.
Someone pressed
liking how I
randomized
dressed.
on the sim.
Yeah. That was it.
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah.
But like, there was so there's about 4 or 5 of us in my year who were those kids who listened to that sort of stuff. And one, her name was Joanne, and she was like really into that kind of music and just quite gothy. And then it was a crazy day. One day in school. So we were probably all 13 when we got into that. So this is when we were about 16 in the final year of school, GCSEs or whatever. And we turned up to school and everyone was like, have you seen Joanne? She's completely changed how she looks. She's dressing like, in our school it was Grebs were us lot.
Okay.
We didn't like being called that.
Grebs,
that's what we got called. And then trendies or whatever were just like a trendy.
Wow.
I was like what?
Gribs and the trendies.
And did you do?
Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah. But we were like doing it to Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Okay.
Yeah.
In time to that.
It's tricky, yeah.
And we were in the same form group, and I walked in, and she changed her image. She was just exactly like all the cool girls. Wow. And I was like, holy moly, this is my friend. Yeah. But also, I was like, well, I've never dressed. So, like, if she wants to change how she dresses, that's cool.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to, like, not hang out with her because of that. Because I used to, like, get some shit from, like, the metal kids about, wearing an Umbro t-shirt.
You're right.
And I was like, that's stupid, so who cares?
Yeah.
And I went up to her, and she was on a table with a load of other people. And I said hi. And she said, fuck off, Greb. After the day before being my friend, nothing had changed. None of us had done anything to her.
She'd just done a switch.
Like, she hadn't fallen out with any of us. Nothing had happened. She had gone home and decided, I'm just going to do this tomorrow.
Wow.
And
fascinating.
And she did it. And it was the hardest sever I've ever had in a friendship. And she did it to all of us, all 4 or 5 of us. She was like, "Vam, done." Incredible. And then started, and then because the girls that she was then getting in with were quite mean, they were like, "Great, like this is like cold blooded.
Come on in."
Like you just
It's like going to prison and starting a fight with the biggest guy.
It's like proving your worth to this new group of friends.
Yeah.
It must have been so disconcerting for a young brain.
Yeah.
That's possible.
It was mad.
Such a bold move to do a complete overnight makeover.
Well, this is it. I'm automatically thinking of the admin. Like, as in,
Well,
did
that's
she
right.
pre-purchase the clothes
Where do you
and
get
had
the-
them sitting in a closet somewhere ready? Or did she have to kind of makeshift together a new outfit from what she already had? Like, because it does, around that time of life, you do these, like, hard turns. Like, you just make a decision. And it's like, and that's the same as like moving to a different country when you're that age. Like you're like, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna completely change my life, but it's just moving to a different table at lunch.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Had she already worked it out with the people before?
No, she just turned up. As far as I know, she didn't. She just turned up. Everyone was talking about it because everyone was like, a different person has just shown up.
Switch sides.
And I remember thinking it was crazy how nasty she was to us, but also just how quickly those girls went, yep. Like, because it was like,
that's all it took.
Because I guess because she was as nasty as she was to us, they were like, this is great.
Yeah.
And there weren't that many of those. Like in my school year, there were a lot of like people who would be seen as the popular kids who were actually just really nice and really cool, and they were. This wasn't like everyone who was mean. It was like that, but she just went for the small group that was.
Yeah,
and then they loved the fact.
I mean, I guess how do you slowly de-goth?
Yeah, I guess you can.
Like, what's the alternative route here?
yeah, you can't. Really.
It's a full package. It's a full package deal.
Well, you start wearing grey.
Yeah.
That's true. Shades.
Veer in.
So many shades.
Every night, another dip in the bleach.
Yeah. Have you ever been to a school reunion?
No,
wouldn't. Not interested.
I don't think so. No, I mean, absolutely no disrespect to the people I went to school with. I've got one friend still from school, and I love him, and he's brilliant. And I was texting him the other day, and like, friend for life. Legend. Everyone else I've not maintained friendships with, and there are definitely some kids in my school who are not nice kids, so I don't want to ever see them again. But like, I don't. I do like bumping into people I went to school with and chatting. Some of them. Yeah. And chatting and catching up. Yeah. But like, I don't think I could deal with a whole room full of all of us having to catch up all at once.
Yeah, we had there was a 20-year reunion from my year the other week actually, and didn't go. I feel like I'm friends with the people that I'm friends with. And some of them that did go were like, yeah, but don't you? I want to hear like what's happened to Stephen or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, but you'll tell me. Like I don't. I don't need to be there to see Stephen.
Yeah, surely everyone knows now with social media.
Yeah, exactly, and like
whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah, but do you know what? There's a toxic part of me because I was quite badly bullied at school. There is a toxic part of me that I'm just successful enough that it makes me want to go.
Yeah,
like there's a lot of them have stayed in my hometown, and there's enough of me to go. Like, what have I been up to? Oh, I think you know.
Swan in fully style.
Talking about you cunts on television.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm off.
Yeah.
Drinks on me though. Bye. I got invited to the 10-year one a few years ago, and that just felt too soon. It's not enough time to have remade yourself, I don't think.
Yeah. I went to my 10-year reunion, and I remember going and thinking, oh, this would be nice. We'll all be so grown up. We'll have a new kind of maturity. It won't be cliquey. And then it was so cliquey. And I was like, oh, God, it's the same.
You think that'll die off, or the 20-year will be the same?
I don't know. Thank you for acknowledging that I'm a bit younger. Yeah, I don't know. Do you think that you're sort of, on the whole, similar to what you were like at school, or do you think that you were one of those people who sort of left school and then has had a transformation?
I don't know. I kind of I'm definitely different. I mean, I'm different to how I was. Whatever.
Taller?
5-10 years ago.
Yeah.
Taller. But I definitely am different. I probably don't feel it. I probably feel like, you're always kind of like slightly unsure of yourself and all of that, and still feel the same now. But actually, definitely, fucking hell. Like, thinking about being that age and how much more self-aware I am now.
Yeah.
When I wasn't at the time. I just, Like, I mean, there has been many discussions since the internet has blown up and social media has blown up.
Yeah.
And we have all had conversations we weren't having before.
Yeah.
At that point, I was not aware of if someone said to me when I was in school, you want to check your privilege? I'll go, I don't even know what the hell that means. I was like, I don't think I have any.
Yeah.
See you later. I go about my day.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I mean, I'm definitely different in that regard. But in the kind of sense of just like, also, I don't care what other people think as much now, whereas that's not fucking true. I massively care what everyone thinks of me, but it's like it's not everyone now. So like, yeah. So now it would be like, you know,
I think it sounds potentially like you've come back around, and I feel like I've maybe done a similar
to
like,
Jesus.
But you're talking about yourself when you're a kid and making that decision to be like, I'm going to be less weird.
Yeah.
And that you probably weren't weird, but that is a conscious decision at a very young age to go like, I'm going to put a bit of a mask up and that's going to be more accessible for people, I reckon.
Yeah.
And I think you've like come back around to being like, no, I'm like comfortable with myself now.
Yeah, well, but also kind of not at the same time. I mean, it's a weird time to be talking about it and doing it because like I'm currently, like a lot of people my age, like, what is it, in a week's time I've got my ADHD autism assessment. So it's like, so you're like, even if that comes back that I haven't got either of them, it's still like a part of myself that I probably haven't even looked at or thought about for so long because the conversation around it was so different. And now you kind of think about that stuff and think, yeah, when I was a kid I did do that and then decided to put a mask on and not do that for ages. And so like you start looking at all of that and that journey to whatever it is, self-acceptance or that properly, you know, growing as a person, is so kind of, you don't notice the joins a lot of the time, but I think when you're having an assessment,
yes,
you are like, well, this feels like
A before and an after.
Yeah, a thing. So like,
it is amazing though. Like I got mine for ADHD a while ago and I was putting it off on brand, but finally got it. And I remember thinking just before he was about to say the results of like the diagnosis, and I remember thinking like, oh, whatever this is, that like I remember thinking if it's not that, then oh no. But if it is that, oh no, like it's quite the opposite. Like there's been like such a fucking relief from knowing either side, because I know people as well that have gotten the diagnosis and it wasn't that, and then they're like, okay, then there's other things to work on. There's definitely something going on.
Yeah. I mean, also it's such a weird thing with a public persona as well, because like I've literally had people contact my agent
diagnosing you all the time.
Diagnosing, but sometimes even as just assuming. I had someone just invite me to come and talk to their school about moving through the industry with autism, and I was like,
wow,
not diagnosed, but fair enough. I mean, I probably should.
How much does it pay?
Clearly, I should think about getting diagnosed. This is like,
I will say you put a character on that. You are a character in stand-up.
Yeah, but then that's an exaggeration of who I am. So like, you are just like, I'm just turning who I am up a little bit, and it's not that different. It's like, it is an exaggeration, definitely.
Yeah, but maybe you with a few less social cues.
Yeah,
What about in terms of friendship now, like you say, going from being, what's up doc, to now having quite a large public persona? How has your feelings
and as of next week, what's up doc?
And then what's up doc?
I'm going to say it at the top. And there'll be like, end of assessment.
Has your feelings about friendship, or have your friendships changed in that shift?
Yeah, I mean, kind of, I guess. Like when I think about, you make friends differently, because like everyone makes a lot of their friends at work. So like, I think with stand-up, you end up hanging out with a lot of comedians, and those friendships are a bit faster, I think. Maybe. Even if they're not like recurring friendships when you're hanging out all the time, you are just like, well, I get on with, if you're doing a mixed bill, you look down and you're like, I get on with that person, because it's like, you do have a bit of a shorthand with each other, and that's nice. And it's nice. It's one of my favourite things about stand-up is feeling that you have these things in common with this community of people. Not all of them.
Yeah.
But then the ones that we don't, we all love hating on them.
Yeah.
And so we bond over that.
That's right.
Yeah,
There's a shorthand
Common
as well.
enemy.
Like there's even a language to it that I think in a lot of the arts doesn't necessarily, like, I don't know, there's a rhythm to your career that you can compare. I don't know. There's a shorthand to it.
Yeah. So yeah, there's that definitely. I mean, I think like, I don't know, sometimes maybe you might meet someone who, who does try and be your friend a bit quicker, who, just because they like your stand-up or whatever, and it's not really appropriate for them to immediately be as familiar with you as they are.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I
yeah.
apologise.
But if they're working in a professional capacity with you, and that's what you would like them to carry on doing, and they go, no, I want to like be your friend immediately and talk about all this stuff that I know about you because I heard you say it on the podcast. If I turned up and like if I turned up to something like this assessment I've got booked and they were like, hey, how about Joanne shunting you at school? Woo!
Yeah.
Fuck off, Grip. Anyway, and it's like, whoa, we're not friends. I need you to be professional here.
It does create a strange, I'm only noticing in the last year or so, but like, doing podcasts and things like that, and the few times that I've been like quite personal about things, and then, meeting someone, and it's not even if they're a fan of mine or something, but you go to start telling a story from your life or something, and they'll be like, oh, yeah, no, I heard that on Ruben Kay's podcast. And you're like, okay, so we're going to sit in silence, I guess.
Yeah.
And would you like to tell me something about you for an hour solidly?
Yeah.
And then we'll catch up.
I had a guy say, congrats on the new Ghostbusters, buddy. We're all really happy for you. Before, almost while putting his finger up my butt.
Wowee.
And I apologize.
Yes. You set them up, they're going to get
Yeah, there you go.
He said the first bit while parting my cheeks. And then the punctuation of it all was the finger going in.
Of all the places, surely the men.
What was the second part of it? He said, and we're all really happy for you?
Everyone's really happy for you. Like almost let me know that all of England is very proud of you for getting on Ghostbusters.
Yeah. I don't know if we're all very proud of you as what you want to hear as you're being fingered.
Yeah, I didn't really want to hear that. I feel more proud of myself right now.
Yeah.
I came in here and I got checked. That's good.
Yeah.
What about Forever Friend? That's the last category of friendship that we talk about here. Who is going to be with you through all the diagnoses, at all the gigs, for the dinners, until the end?
I'm lucky. There's a few people in there, and I think it would be a cop out just to say my partner, but she knows that it is her forever, so then that's a given.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to say Nish.
Oh, that is a relief because he said you. So
Did he?
that could have gone so badly.
I got to say, that's the first time I've been kind of stressed during a podcast before. I was like, because it only happened yesterday. And I was like, if he goes with someone else.
That's a relief, actually. I'm relieved. It didn't even occur to me. There was that possibility that we say different things. Oh, God.
Why do you love Nish?
I think everyone loves Nish. Nish is the person, if I'm talking about...
Who's Nish, by the way?
Nish Kumar is a stand-up comedian. I mean, when it comes to making friends and stuff like that, like, I definitely think, like, he is so good at making friends with people who he meets in real life. Obviously, the general public, half of them despise him. But like, when Nish actually meets people and
those
like
numbers are fluctuating back and forth.
Yeah. He'll win the long game. But like, it's always that thing of like, I think if someone doesn't like Nish, who's met him, I just don't trust that person.
Yeah.
I mean, Nish also Nish identified pretty early on, as did Ed Gamble, and they did this together, that I was not going to be like completely forward and forthcoming with people and being friends with people straight away. So they thought it would be funny to decide they were my best friends immediately and tell me that they were, and me being like, what? And then we're like, we're your best friends. Hey, best friend, how's it going? And I was like, I don't like this. I don't like these. They're annoying. I can't believe that. Yeah, and
we'll work backwards from here. But this is the
You're not a cat.
They made up songs they would sing to me about best friends having a good time and all this, and I was like, this is. And then they just became my best friend.
They wore you down.
Like, I guess they are now.
Yeah.
But like, Nish and I, on quite a few occasions, have stayed up together drinking whiskey and then talked about. So two things that we always keep talking about. One is our top 5 REM albums.
Okay.
And the other is just the history of our friendship. So you just go, when I first met you. And it's like, we both know. We know that when we first met each other, and Nish probably said this as well, I liked Nish as a person immediately and thought his stand-up was atrocious. And he was the opposite with me. And that was like where we started out. And then we both...
That's kind of us.
Yeah. I actually don't know about how you guys met, but I guess that's been covered on the pod quite a bit.
We met at a party. We've been at Zamro's birthday party in person. And they used to have sex.
I did know that and always forget it.
Yeah. It's a bit of fun, isn't it?
What a privilege.
It's a friendship journey.
And you talk about your friendship, because I think that's actually rare to talk about, for friends to actually talk about the friendship itself.
It's very dad energy.
Yeah, I mean, this podcast like appeals to me a lot because I do like often on Ed and my podcast when people come on, if they mention their friends, Ed knows that I'm going to be right in there going, who's that? Tell me everything about that person.
Yeah.
Like, I do like it. And I especially with other stand-ups, there's a thing of being like, okay, when did we first meet? Like, what was the gig? Mm-hmm. And like, when did we actually start getting on though? And like, and like that conversation I've had with a few comedians, and it is fun. If you can kind of pinpoint those moments, especially comics who you met on the open mic circuit, which is one of the craziest times in your life.
Yeah.
And if you met on that and you're still friends now, it's quite fun because there's not just reminiscing about your friendship, it is also taking stock of where you are now compared to when you met at the back of that gig with 5 people in it and neither of you knew what you were doing with your life. As well. So there's that kind of like romantic.
Well, I tend to think with that romance thing, it's like, when you make friends in stand-up, it's because you have this thing, you're hyper-focused on this thing, and it's all you want to do, but you don't seem to be able to explain it to anyone else. Yeah. And then you meet people, and I'd imagine it was maybe the same with Nish, where you're like, oh, he knows what I'm trying to do on some level. We're doing slightly different things, but he understands this, we can't put our finger on this thing that we're trying to do.
Yeah, and I mean, I did a gig recently, and I was like, the only person who'd been, going longer than 5 years, and everyone else was like really new. And I saw them talking to each other, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Like that's exactly how we used to talk. Like the figuring out of the whole, of what's funny, of the industry in general, saying stuff that you kind of don't know what it means, but you're like, using terms like tight 20 as the punchline in banter with your friends or whatever, and it's just like, they kind of know. What all this means, but also they haven't done any of it yet, but it's fun and exciting to them to use.
It's saying who books that with absolute seriousness.
They beat it fully.
It's like, no, really, who does book that?
I need to fill my diary. I'm getting left behind.
Was there a time when it felt that it wasn't just Nish professing to be your best friend, but was there like a moment where you're like, oh, we are real close. We are like, what got to that?
With Nish, I kind of like struggled to pinpoint it as much because I remember with Ed, because like I remember coming out of a relationship in 2013, and I lived with the person, and I phoned Nish straight away. Was the first person I phoned, so I know that we were definitely already like, he's like one of my best friends.
He mentioned that.
He was living with Ed. Oh, did he?
Yeah, he didn't mention names.
Well, everyone knows names anyway.
We knew the names.
And he was like, come and stay with me and Ed. And that's when I remember realising Ed was like properly my friend. Because I'd been hanging out with Nish a lot more, and Nish was doing a gig that night, and I turned up and it was Ed drinking a bottle of wine to himself and watching TV, and I ordered a pizza that cost me 40 quid because it had this hot dog in the crust and some Ben and Jerry's. But
now you guys host
you
the
had a
biggest
need.
food podcast in the world.
who knew that that's where it would start?
The guy drinking alone by himself and the hot dog pizza guy.
Yeah.
Tell us your drink.
Yeah.
Somehow it works.
Yeah. Why not just tell us your dream?
Yeah. But I remember Ed saying, because it was like his flat really, and Ed saying, you can stay here as long as you want, by the way. And me being like, I've never had anyone say that, I've never said that to anyone, and like, I was like, oh, this guy, he's my friend.
Yeah.
And then like, I mean, yeah, sure, because I was in the living room and they lived opposite a school, both of my friends thought it was then funny to call me the lanky paedophile for the whole time that I was staying with them, even though it was not my fault that I was in the living room. And I was obviously not observing the school at any point.
Yeah.
But still.
Yeah.
But was it more than 200 meters away from the school?
I never measured it.
Yeah.
I hope so.
What's it been like then, working with Ed? Because when you decide to work with someone and then you become, quite a big part of each other's sort of professional lives, do you have to kind of have some conversations as friends? Does your friendship go through a bit of a journey as well?
Yeah, I think so. And I think we've both like dealt with it quite well so far. Of like, because like you are just like seeing each other a lot in like a working capacity. Luckily, we've got Ben, the producer, there, and we can gang up and bully him, and then that makes us feel like we're still friends.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that's good.
That's good.
And
people hurt people.
Yeah. That's been really healthy for us.
Someone check on Ben, but
Yeah.
Someone check on the staff that work with Ben.
Yeah.
Then bullying them, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I imagine it goes down the line.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, no. So that's been something where like, we kind of, you're then around each other a lot more in like situations that sometimes can be stressful, or you're going to disagree on stuff or whatever, and you just have to stay on. You have to just know. I think we've both been quite good at knowing like when the other person just needs a bit of space on their own or whatever, and like maybe because we've been working together intensely for a big amount of time.
Yeah.
Now just give them a bit of room before we're hanging out or working together again, and it's not personal. It's not a thing of like, why hasn't Ed rang me in a while? Or I haven't heard from him as often as I usually do. And it's just like, it's because you went on tour together and now it's nice to decompress a little bit. And so I think we never had to speak about that.
Yeah.
But I think just naturally that's what's happened.
Nish mentioned in his episode like about a time where he found, and it was actually like you guys were having a drink, I think. A time that he was feeling quite unsafe, and you just instinctively went and met him at the train station.
Oh, yeah.
And I've been like thinking about it since he talked about it, and I guess it's like, is that something like that? Even Georgia said it just happened, like it was just we're going to the train station now. Is that a thing that you think you have learnt to kind of be that way, or is that an instinct that you've always had to just like go to people? Or
I think that's more. I just had that all the time because like. That was one of the things I was like maybe consciously like it as a teenager, but I really liked being spontaneous, and especially with your friends and whatever. And had some really close friends growing up who I'm still friends with now, and that would have been the case there if one of them was like, I'm at this pub and there's some guys and I think they're going to beat me up. We wouldn't go down to fight them. We would just be like, right, we're going to come and we're going to get you and we're going to go home. Or we're going to go to this place and like we're going to stop at that garage where it's got all that chocolate. We're going to like just get that and then just go and eat all that, and then it's not a bad night anymore. So like that was always like a bit, and that was that group of mates who were from that more alternative, metal and punk and whatever, who, I remember one night in Kettering where just because some of my friends, had dyed hair or Mohicans or whatever they were rocking at the time, we were getting stalked around the whole town centre until like 2 a.m. by this guy who wanted to kill all of us. And it was like, and we were all having to like be like, right, where is everyone? Go and get that person. Now we're going to hide in this flat. He's found us again. And like this guy was insane.
Yeah.
By the way, I saw that guy in a toilet like 10 years later, and I was like, oh man, he's still really tough. I can't do nothing. But like he was so vulnerable. He was there at the trough having a piss. I was like, oh, if only I was like, if this was a Tarantino film,
Yeah.
straight up behind him, like, hello friend.
Yeah.
But couldn't get him. But like, I think that was always like my friendship group in school was always potentially, you know, going to be in the crosshairs or something. Or so like, yeah, we're friends now. It doesn't happen that much, but when Nish was like, yeah, I'm on a train and I just don't feel safe. You're like, right, let's go there. And then also, I mean, cheesily, any excuse to see Nish, if I'm honest. I was like, this is going to be great to hang out with Nish. It's not completely selfless. You're like...
Well, what are Nish's qualities that make you really glad that you're going to have him as a best mate?
I feel completely relaxed around him. I feel like I'm not at any point... And I don't think other people are like this with me. I have trouble liking myself. So when I'm around a lot of people, or I always think what I'm saying or doing, I was like, oh, that wasn't right. Oh, you said that, and they think you're a fucking asshole or whatever. Nish is one of the only people I do not have that with, where like if I say the wrong thing or fuck up or whatever, I don't think he's thinking, what a fucking prick, and he's going to go and tell people Acaster said this the other day. I think he's an arsehole. Now, no one is doing that to me, but in my head they are. Not in my head they are. In my head I am just like judging myself and being like, you come across badly, and I just feel very relaxed around him, and like that isn't the case, and that I can be just open about stuff, and he's not going to go, that's a bit weird, or disagree with me for the sake of it or anything like that. He's going to try and understand where I'm coming from. He already just like it just goes without saying that he likes me, so he's not gonna like, you know, try and trip me up or anything. And like, yeah, there's just like I feel on guard a lot of the time when I don't need to, and I don't feel like that with Nish.
Yeah.
I think he's very disarming, and he's very and he does make you feel like he's on your side, like, and that's why I'm quite relieved to hear that I was his best friend, because I see him with everyone and go, I think that guy is everyone's best friend. So I don't know who his best friend is. But like, yeah, so I think just that, like, I just kind of, and the same with my girlfriend as well, and just like I'm just kind of out of my own head with it, and I'm not analysing the whole thing and panicking about how I'm coming across.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming here today and analysing all of your friends.
Always fun.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, James.
And
thank you.
And having heard about you overthinking things, I think I know how at least one diagnosis is going to go. I'm not an expert on the other one, but one of them.
We can place our bets. When's this going out?
Oh, not till like next year.
I'll have gotten by then.
Yeah. We'll check in before we record the intro.
We'll plug. We'll find out what to plug.
We'll remove the stuff we need.
Yeah.